G'day and welcome back to the Larry Lakers, where it is a win again, 1-2-1. Yes, the Lakers 121 to the Cleveland Cavaliers 115. A big shout out to the Lakers Fast Break Show that had me on yesterday as a guest. Thank you very much to Gerald and Joe. Go and have a look at them, the Lakers Fast Break. They're on YouTube and they're a podcast, the Lakers Fast Break, Gerald and Joe. Did the Lakers win despite some clutch time brain explosion? Tim Hugs at Destination Anywhere. Go to them and get your travel. Destination Anywhere. They're on Facebook. Travel over here to Australia. 60 cents for the dollar. You can't beat that. LeBron tech fouled in the last couple of minutes. Hung on the basket after a dunk. Brain explosion. Refs overrule a foul where there's a push on him. They missed the left hand, but there was a push on the back. AD, ball toppling out. Throws it back in. It gets intercepted. Lob pass down the other end. Dunk. D'Angelo Russell dribbles off his foot. The Lakers, brain explosions. The referees, brain explosions. But somehow the game ends up a Lakers win. There were some crucial plays right down the wire, but it didn't have to be as close as it was. Thanks to the Lakers fast break, Gerald and Joe, we said that. Thank you, guys. And did AD step up at last? That was one of the questions on their show. There was some criticism of AD's consistency from Joe, I believe, on that show. Did AD step up at last? Well, here's one from our viewers. Did he drop a massive hit? Did AD drop a massive hit or sledge at the coaching staff that he said they finally ran some stuff for me, or they ran some stuff for me at last? Oh, is that a criticism from AD of Coach Ham and the lack of plays being run for AD? But we'll answer the question. He certainly stepped up, and there was certainly some play run for him. And Max Christie, here, one of our listeners is a Max Christie fan there. It's Clayto at Clayton. Thanks for that one, Clayto. Max Christie, what about his defense on Levert and Donovan down the stretch? Well, there's a lot more to the Max Christie story than that. We'll have a look at it. Were they sneaky good in late quarters? Were there some late quarter comebacks that weren't seen on the scoreboard? Yes, the Lakers didn't win any of the quarters, the first, the second, or the third, but there were some little late plays. We'll love to have a look at that and a chat about that. That made a difference. We talked about it on that fast break show, that we'll have to spread out the work. We'll have to get something like 10 to 12 points. If you're a starter, there was some question that Taurean Prince, he is not on big money. He's on a bit more than minimum, my understanding, but he's a guy who hit 38% from three. We're not asking him to perform miracles. Just return to hitting what you did before. We're not asking for more than what you've shown you're capable of at a consistent NBA level. And tonight he performed, and as did Max. We got close. Have a look at it. To that 10 points out of each of those. If you've got AD and you've got LeBron, can you get 10 to 12 out of each of the other guys, and sometimes a bonus out of D'Angelo Russell? That was one of our questions there from Mick the Inca, who doubts Pelinka. He questions a lot of those selections and why we're not getting much out of about a third of the roster at the moment, which makes it difficult for everyone else. But were they sneaky good in those late quarters? Yes. Handiwork was Wood and Jackson Hayes brought into play. A question there from John O at Scotown. Were they brought into play? Yes, today. We'll have a look at the stats, but they were sneaky good. Would you have ever thought Jackson Hayes would actually be the better than Wood? Today, they were both good, but Jackson Hayes warranted more minutes. Let's have a look at that in the breakdown. Were Cleveland's big-to-big lobs killing us? Ask a big man, a big man himself. It's Dan, the Eagles fan. Well, Dan, yeah, there was some big-to-big passing that was killing us early. These lobs where AD had front one big and they'd lob in behind. Where was the defense bumping this guy and blocking him out from that pass? Some questions. Did we fall asleep on some backdoor cuts from the second guy as we rolled over to defend the lob? Coach Ham scores out of a timeout. That was one of the criticisms of Joe yesterday on that fast break show. He said, how many times did they do it? Well, today, I think late third quarter, it was on. Go back and have a look at it. Coach Ham, is he finally vindicated? He's got 7-2 the last 9 games there, Coach Ham. He's got to do a lot, though, to impress the fans. There's plenty of questions from Lakers fans on Coach Ham. Has it been a tense road trip start? And where are we next? Ask Sean of Abbey Takeaway. Get down there and get a few of your catering needs. Sean at Abbey Takeaway. Tell him you need the Lakers, Larry Lakers quote. Tense start to the road trip. Yes, it was frustrating so many times. We actually led, and thank gosh that we did jump out for that first quarter lead. It probably helped in that last quarter there. And some of our non-LeBron minutes in the first half, we really let down. But some of them in the third quarter, fourth quarter, really we stepped up. And as I said, mini runs at the end of each quarter, not enough to get the first half quarter calzones. We've never led a half. And what a half. I think it was 71-70. So we let them have their record first quarter score and their highest first quarter score, of the season, Cleveland. Then we let them have their highest first quarter half at 71. They're heading to a 150-point game. But then we turned on the defense a bit, tightened them up. Their three-pointers and their percentage, some of their lobs weren't quite coming off. Some of our guys moved better, I thought, off the ball. When you ask, I think Gerald there on that Fast Break show talked about whether they might get a little bit out of Jackson Hayes. And I suggested we need some more movement off the ball. Max Christie working in from the weak side, a couple of dunks early in the first quarter. Hello, Max Christie. Isn't it nice for something like that, just to boost your confidence where the shot percentage of a miss is low and the athletic and strong, you feel like you're in the game. Thanks there to the LeBron and D'Angelo Russell finding him. And then a couple from Jackson Hayes and lobs from both D'Angelo Russell for dunks and Austin Reeves. And then a couple from Christian Wood, or a little bit of big-to-big passing or a little bit of power forward to him from LeBron. So some beautiful play today. Well done, the Lakers. Let's have a look at the breakdown for you. Great questions from the listeners. Send them in to the Larry Lakers on the Dribbling Chit Chat, the Larry Lakers at Gmail, or put them in the comments right here. Thank you once again. Let's move on to your questions, folks. Here we go. We've got a few questions here. I've just got a second here to get them going on the line. And let's have a look also at the stats for you. How did the game break down show to show here? Mobley, would you have ever thought Evan Mobley, 18 points, 6 rebounds, 4 steals? Jared Allen, 21 points, 14 rebounds. So those guys have virtually combined for 40 and 20. So 40 points, 20 rebound combined, and about 6 steals. Would you have ever thought you could win a game with AD not getting 40 himself? Well, tonight we won, and believe it or not, we scored more than them in the paint. It didn't feel like that. It felt like we couldn't stop them. Big to big, these young guys, they've got better each year. Pausing, not jumping straight in and being blocked. They really look dangerous. But tonight, AD, 32 points, 13 rebounds, 3 blocks. It's a season high in points today for AD. LeBron James, 22 points, and he was terrible from shot percentage terms, but we needed him on. The game was good. First quarter when he was on, we started to put something together. Third quarter and fourth quarter in the non-LeBron minutes that helped us get back into this game, particularly some of Austin Reeves' time. LeBron James, 22, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, but his shot percentage was pretty low tonight. He hit one when he needed to, 109 from 3. He hit one to put us ahead when the game was going down the line there, 1 point difference, and LeBron hit the 3 just when we needed it. If you got to hit one from 9, he hit one at a good time this time, LeBron. Austin Reeves, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 10 assists. He came along at a very good time there for the Lakers. What about the breakdown? You want to know all about it. Well, we got good minutes out of Taurean Prince. It was one of the questions. Again, we don't expect him to get 20, 30 points. Could he just do what he's done in other teams, please, where he's a 38% three-point shooter? Wood, a 38% three-point shooter. We're not asking for miracles. Can we get some of these other starters to be around that 10 to 12 and get the odd 16 to 20 point game out of D'Angelo Russell, get some consistency out of Anthony Davis, and that little extra 10 points along the line could help this team get there and be top 3 or 4 on the West versus being 500 and around 6th position in the West. That extra 10 points, we could just have those, please. Today we got him, Taurean Prince, 7 points, but 12 on his real plus minus. He's got 33. He hit 1 from 3 on threes, 3 from 8. He's got 4 defensive rebounds, 6 assists, Taurean Prince. He was looking for sort of medium to big passes in the key. A couple of times he drove in, dished it back to Davis. He was trying to help get Davis going, and there were passes in close where, because he is reasonably tall, he's got a bit of a euro, and he doesn't force it and charge into guys. He was able to lay off a little bit there. See what you think. What was the go with LeBron James? Asked the King at King's, which I think is a posh school, boarding school down in the Sydney area. The King at King's. Well, the King, important game for him. Great to see him back in the Cleveland area, but he's got there 34% from the field goal range. So 35, we'll call it 34.8, but 1 of 9 from 3 really hurt us tonight. 11% 3-point shooting when he's one of the only 3 guys that are over 35% on the team. And one of them's out, Rui Hachimura, and the other guy, of course, is LeBron and Russell, and some improvement of late there from Reeves that'll bring him back towards that. LeBron James is only 2 on the real plus minus, which indicated perhaps how close this game really was to being a loss. Anthony Davis, despite all his work, he's only 3 on the real plus minus. 22 points for LeBron James at 35 minutes, and Anthony Davis, 32, a season high. They went through him tonight. He worked hard for his money tonight. He's made 13 from 20, so 65%. That's a beautiful percentage there. He didn't attempt those threes that we sometimes fall in love with. And Coach Ham, who wants him to take 6, I'm glad he didn't attempt 6 there tonight. He's got the 13 rebounds, 8 of those defensive. Max Christie, talk of the town. Max, particularly down the end of the game, I think it helped his confidence. Those couple of little dunks in the first quarter. He fronted Donovan Mitchell. A couple of guys in the first quarter pushed him. They pulled up without getting in push range. Perhaps they didn't want to get a charge call against them. And he played honest defense, got himself there. They tried light bumps off, not massive ones, in the fourth quarter. He stayed in front of Karis LeVert, who'd been dangerous, and Donovan Mitchell right down the stretch and got a hand up to make those misses. Now, one of our questions here, very frustrated, Big Munzu blocks tons. How many times did the Lakers deflect it and deflect it back to the Cleveland Cavaliers? Mate, I think there was 6 times, and it led to about 12 points. This deflection, and then it goes back to them for a turnover and intercept. It was doing our head in. What do you guys think? How many times did we deflect it to the Cleveland Cavaliers? But there were some good defensive efforts, occasionally unlucky there from D'Angelo and Christie, where they tapped the ball, and particularly in D'Angelo's case, and dribbling off your foot. Mate, it's not the go. I mean, it's handy to put a little kick in some of the sports like rugby league in Australia. It keeps them guessing, but you don't want to keep people guessing by kicking it out, mate. We didn't need to punt because we were short of the down, as the folks in the US say. But D'Angelo, handy in a lot of ways. 32 minutes, 4 of 12. Not a great night for shooting there. He's got 10 points. He hit a 3 at a pretty important time there. Played some decent defense. Got his hand in front of a few shots, fadeaways. Austin Reeves, a very important 32 minutes, 15 points, -2 on the real plus. Just shows how close this game was once again and how many key times he was in for there. Christian Wood, 16 minutes, 70% from field goal. You'll take that all night. And he got 13 points there. Austin Reeves, of course, with the 15. We asked about Max Christie. Max Christie, 33 minutes, 19. How important was that? 12 points. So you take his 12 and Taurean 7, and you're very close to that 10 points each you want to get out of those 2 other starters. 50% from 3, Max Christie. How valuable was that? 2 or 4 when we've had some terrible nights from 3 of late there. Christian Wood will take that at 16 minutes and 13 points. Good production. And he got a few rebounds, although I thought he could have got a few more. Just three in the rebounds, two defensive, one offensive. Jackson Hayes, 20 minutes and 40 seconds. So would you have ever thought the other team, Mobley and Barrett, would get so many points and the Lakers could still win? Really, it was a bit awkward looking, but his body, his athleticism just helped today, Jackson Hayes, and it gave us our version of the lob, and it meant there was movement off the ball. Jackson Hayes, 20 minutes, 44, 10 points at 5 of 5. When you're dunking them like that, that's a pretty great percentage. 14 in his real plus minus. So one of the most effective players in the whole game is Taurean Prince with 12 in his real plus, and Jackson Hayes with 14 in his real plus. Who would have thought that? LeBron just 2 in the real plus, Anthony Davis 3, Max Christie plus 6, and D'Angelo Russell plus 3. Who played well for the opposition? Let's have a quick look at these guys. Max Strus looked dangerous from the three-point line, but really it was Mobley, Jared Allen, Donovan Mitchell. I think they found something there. They're getting a little bit out of Levert. People wondered whether that was a good trade. Gorgeous Georges Niang, he was on there. He was 13 points for plus 7. Gorgeous Georges Yang, a favourite of the crowd. Isaac Okoro, he's plus 7 too for just 5 points. 13 points for Georges. And what about Craig Porter? I think they found something there. This guy, he was playing perhaps better than Garland for part of this game, and Garland was all-star and fringe all-star. So I think they found something in this guy, Craig Porter. Tell us if you think that's right. And that goes out to Mo from Memphis, who asks, have they found something in this guy, Craig Porter? I think they have. He was minus 10 for the night, mate, but he was really 11 points. He did a crossover with a turn, and he put Austin Reeves in the dishwasher. He was in a spin, hit a three, down in crunch time. So I think they've got something there. He looks classy. Can you believe we won points in the paint when those guys were so big? And that's a question there from Jim Huggs at Huggins Trophies. Yeah, well, he's a big man himself. LA, 70 points in the paint to their 62. Wouldn't have thought it when those two guys had something. So AD and the work of the other guys and the occasional trailing tap from LeBron, although he was frustrated a few times not to be going to the line, LeBron. Second chance points, again, it looked like they were picking up the scraps with this Levert and Mobley, but eventually, over the course of the game, the patience paid off. 17 LA, 11 to Cleveland. So we won the points in the paint, 70-62. We won the second chance points. Fast breaks, though. They were hurting us. 20 points to them, 12 to the Lakers. What's next for the Lakers? Well, the Lakers are playing next against Philadelphia, the 76ers. That's on Monday at 4 o'clock. It'll be one people will be out to see who can we go against Embiid. It'll be a real test. They will be favourites to win that, Philadelphia. So this will be a good, tough challenge to see how this team backs up, particularly after a quiet night from the points for LeBron. Can we get there? And this is a real test on the road. Great to start out. We're hoping to go in these 4 games, at least 2 out of 2, where we had earmarked. We were hoping LeBron's return to Cleveland would be big and the others would step up and support him. But today it was really AD with support from LeBron, Austin Reeves, and these bench minutes that were pretty handy. I believe we got 38 points out of the bench at quite a good percentage. We'll get you a slide up on that. Now, shout out, that's the game. The Lakers 76ers, Monday at 4 p.m. Join us there and a post-game for that, and we might even do a preview. The Larry Lakers podcast is the one you'll want to get into and subscribe. Do us a favour and subscribe to this. I think something like 78% of you, for every 100 that watch it, 78% are not subscribed. Please give us a subscription. We'll continue to grow with your assistant, and it's a great help to us. A shout out to the Lakers Fast Break guys, Gerald and Joe. Give them a subscription. Go and have a look at their show as well. Thanks for having us on during the week. Thanks for having us on at your house as well. You've been listening to the Larry Lakers. I'm Tony. Thanks for all those questions that you guys keep sending in. And until next time, have a safe week.